Good morning. This is All India Radio Kohima. The morning news read by Jonas Yantan. Nagaland government has issued fresh standard operating procedure (SOP) for stranded people in other parts of the country entering the state. As per the SOP issued yesterday by Additional Chief Secretary and Convener of Empowered Group on COVID-19 Nagaland, Cindy Younger Imchen said persons returning from green and orange zones will be screened upon arrival and if found to be asymptomatic, shall undergo institutional quarantine for 3 days and thereafter be placed under mandated home quarantine for 14 days. He said necessary documentation and mandatory download of mobile app for monitoring should be completed at the institutional quarantine facility. The SOP states that persons returning from red zones or crossing red zone areas en route to Nagaland shall be screened at designated screening facilities and will undergo 14 days of institutional quarantine and thereafter 14 days home quarantine. Besides those of Dimapur, the stranded returnees bound for Mon and Beren would be initially quarantined at Dimapur and sent to respective districts to complete their mandated quarantine period in the designated district quarantine centers or home quarantine as the case may be. The returnees inbound to the rest of the districts would be quarantined at Kohima initially and thereafter sent to respective districts to complete the remaining quarantine period in the designated district quarantine centers or home quarantine as the case may be. As per the SOP, those entering the state through air or railway would be screened with camera thermal scanners at the airport and railway stations, and only the asymptomatic persons would be ferried to Agri Expo site for registration and segregation and placed in various pre-designated quarantine centers within Dimapur or Kohima. Any returnee entering the state by road through check gates in Dimapur, that is, Delhi and Newfield check gate, will have to undergo the institutional quarantining in Dimapur quarantine centers, while similarly those entering from Kusama check gate in Kohima will undergo the institutional quarantining in Kohima quarantine centers, irrespective of the district to which they are finally bound for. A total of 1,471 citizens of the state stranded in different parts of the country due to the COVID-19 lockdown have voluntarily opted for staying back at their respective places. Informing this, Nagaland Principal Secretary Home, Abhijit Sinha, said that this is out of the 18,255 stranded citizens who had filled up the returnees' declaration form. He said those people had filled the forms on the portal iamstranded.nagaland.gov.in till 4:30 p.m. yesterday for availing the one-time assistance of 10,000 rupees. He said that a number of people of Nagaland stranded or in distress outside the state due to the lockdown who have been provided financial assistance has risen to 24,261, comprising of 18,829 working people, 5,214 students, and 218 patients. Till date, he said, an amount of 9.53 crore rupees has been disbursed for this purpose. With regard to the inter-district movement of stranded persons, so far a total of 16,527 passengers have been transported to their respective districts within the state. He said a total of 409 stranded people of the state have already arrived from other northeastern states, while 484 persons are on the way. Despite the efforts of the government to contain the spread of COVID-19, Manipur reported one positive case yesterday. A 33-year-old resident of Imphal East District who had reached Imphal from Mumbai in a hired vehicle on Wednesday tested positive of the virus last evening at JNIMS Hospital, Imphal. This is a third positive case in Manipur. The earlier two persons detected positive have already recovered. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has instructed Health Authority to take up whatever measure available to treat the patient and contain the spread of the virus to others in Manipur. The person returned from Mumbai where his father was treated for cancer, and during their stay at Mumbai, his mother succumbed to COVID-19. The relocation exercise of stranded people from other districts in Kohima, which started on 7th of this month, ended yesterday. On the last day, the Kohima District Administration dispatched 12 buses to Mon carrying 279 passengers and 9 empty buses to Dimapur as requested by the Dimapur District Administration. During the 8 days, the administration facilitated relocation of 4,444 stranded people from the state capital to all districts of the state in 166 buses to all the districts, including Norfolk. Deputy Commissioner Mon Tawasilanke has informed that the designated point of entry into the district, either by rail, air or road, of all stranded persons of the district in other parts of the country returning to the district would be only through Dimapur district. He said it was done so in pursuance to the decision taken at a meeting held on the 12th of this month in Kohima. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.